Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be taking a look at this really big power bank or really small power station, and this from Asperx or Asperx, or maybe just some really good perks. I don't exactly know. I think I tried to look it up on Google. I think it's Asperx. But this is a miniature power station, and if you guys follow the channel, you guys might know that I have quite a few power stations. I'll post a picture of a few of them that I use on a regular basis, whether I'm camping or just using it in the garage as home backup. But this is going to kind of fall into its own category because it's not going to be able to power some of the larger things like my portable cooler or my fridge and computer and things like that, but it's also going to be able to do more than your standard pocket power bank. So this is going to be great for camping, hiking, lots of different situations, even around the house. I know some people, I have a buddy that uses their power station literally just to charge their phone. They charge it off the solar panel and they use it to charge phones, tablets, things like that. And this one's smaller and will do all of that just fine and charge multiple devices. This really reminds me of the Anker Solix, I believe it is, with the whole pop-up lantern. There are a few other brands that's similar. The options as far as the ports and stuff vary, and the layout kind of varies, but very, very similar in builds and designs. But it's got tons of safety features and stuff like that. We'll go over all of this here in just 1 minute, but if you want to pause and look at that, you may do so. But that's really all the information that's on the box. 140 watt max output for fast charging, 60,000 milliamp hour battery. What's included is a USB to USB-C charging cable, little user manual, which is just very, very basic information. It goes over the parameters, 192 watt hour battery capacity, the USB outputs and DC outputs, the LED mode. You have normal, high, flashing, and SOS. The weight, which is roughly 5 pounds. The dimensions, output max is 200 watts. And then it just goes over kind of where the buttons are, what they are, and what the display means. And then you can run up to a 100-watt solar panel on this, which is pretty cool if necessary. I think where I'm going to get the biggest use out of this is, it's a pretty big pamphlet, but it's just in multiple different languages. Here's the power station itself. I think where I'm going to get the most use out of this device is camping. But right now I'll have a power station. I have it all set up to where the power station fits perfectly to run my portable cooler. And then if I need to charge my AC or heater, then I can do that with the power station running. Whether we're charging lights, camp lights, flashlights, our phones, tablets, whatever we may have that are kind of the smaller miscellaneous electronics, then instead of connecting it to my big power station where it puts a little bit, not that it draws a whole lot, but anything that I can keep off of the large power station so it can run that powered cooler and the larger things for longer, then that'll be nice. Plus this is easy to just move around the campsite, whereas my large power station, I don't want to move that thing. It's in a location in the bed of my truck. You know, they range anywhere from 25 to 50 pounds. This is very light and mobile, so charging any smaller devices, or if you're going to the beach, like this, like I'm not carrying my big power station down to the beach. Like, no, thank you. This I can deal with. Like, that's nothing. That's carrying a Subway sandwich. So, getting into the build quality, an all plastic construction with this fabric strap. It is removable as well. It's actually a pretty nice little fabric strap as well. This isn't ventilation over here or anything like that. It looks to be just a design. Same thing on the other side. No real ventilation or anything on the device. It does go over a little bit more information on the bottom, just like what I showed you guys earlier. It does have little rubber feet, and then the top is the portion that pops up for the lantern, which is also a nice touch for camping. But it does have 2 stages that it pops up in. You have your low and your high. But just going ahead and getting into the operation, you can press and hold to turn the unit on. So here you can see input power. If you're charging this device, it'll show you the wattage that's being inputted into the power station. The output, that's whatever you plug in. It'll display down here what port is being used, and then it'll show the wattage that it's using. Then you have your battery life, 100%, your hour runtime. So right now it's at 100%. It can last 99 hours, you know. And then it does have an auto timeout for the screen. So if nothing is being used, then it kind of shuts off or goes into sleep mode. So you have a couple of DC ports over here, DC1 and DC2. This is going to be an input for your solar panel, and this is going to be an output DC. I believe that's a 5521 port. I know like CPAPs, and I have a couple certain work lights that operate off of this, but not a whole lot of devices. That's definitely not a common port that I use. I may actually like to see maybe this port replaced with just a DC 12 volt port that you can run multiple different devices off of. It's much more common. Then you have your USB-C ports. You have two of them, both 140 watt output and input. So these are going to be where you charge the device from. There is no dedicated charging port, you know, that's separate or anything like that. So whether you plug into one or two, it will start charging this device. And then you have two USB-A ports that run at both 18 watts. So very simple, but still enough ports, whether you're charging tablets, phones, whatever it may be, it's still going to be able to accomplish a lot and charge quite a few times, you know, where it's going to have a much better capacity than a lot of your little pocket power banks, but not quite as much as, you know, a full-on power station. Just plugging a few devices in, we can charge the Woobin. Now you can see a 9 watt draw on it. It is using the USB-C 2 port. We plug in over here, USB-C 1, and as soon as I plug in, it is super fast charging my phone. There you can see both are illuminated, C1 and C2, 22 watts. You can run that at 7 hours. It won't even take an hour to charge these devices. 18 watt over here. We can go ahead and charge the Braun 450 lumen pen light. There you can see that's charging. And it's not even enough of a draw to actually notice anything. So maybe we will try a larger flashlight with a larger battery, see if there's enough draw on it to pick something up. There we go. Now it's actually picked up the USB-A 1 port. So I mean, whether I'm out camping or going on a hike or going down to the beach, this is going to be fantastic. Super easy to carry, nice little fabric strap there. It charges in roughly an hour and a half. So it is a LiFePO 4 battery, which I really like to see in power stations. It's a very long life battery. It can handle multiple thousands of recharges. Like I said, 192 watt hour battery capacity and 200 watt max. So even with your larger laptops, whether they be 65 watts, 80 watts, some of them even, I don't know what, I don't have anything that actually runs at 140 watts, but it's capable of charging or operating items up to 140 watts on one of these USB-C ports. So it's going to be good for any small device or thing that I need to charge. So I think this is a great option over carrying my large power station for a power supply on just some smaller items. So let me just go ahead and get this junk out of the way. So that is a look at the main functions here. Let's go ahead and look at the pop-up lantern. And to turn that on, that's what this orange button over here is for. I'm going to dim this lighting. One click will be low, another click will be high, and then you're going to go into your flashing and then your SOS. It definitely seems like they wrote that in the booklet wrong. It's not flashing and then SOS, it's SOS and flashing. So that's not SOS. And then another click to turn it off. And then also wherever you are throughout the settings, if you just press and hold, it'll shut the light off so you don't have to go through the SOS and flashing. Don't mind the background noise, it's cleaning day and I'm out here working. So that is a look at the Asperx Power Station. Very mobile, compact, lightweight, and versatile. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. I'll try and have this link down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested. It's pretty dang affordable compared to your larger power stations if you're not necessarily looking for a larger power station. And if this can handle what you need it to, I think it's a good way to save money, keep things lightweight and mobile. So once again, it'll be down in the description for you guys. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.